And we are live. Folks, I'm taking us live right in the middle of a conversation where the players are trying to figure out exactly what hex they are in on our hex map here. I did a thing. Which of you has the Outlander background?
Akiri does.
Akiri does? Okay. Well, folks, I've got a thing here set up here. Okay, all players only players with the Outlander background can see this. So I am going to show something on the screen, but I want the rest of you to not look for just a minute while I show something to folks with the Outlander background for just a second. Akiri, this is the path that you guys have taken throughout your adventures. So I'm going to show that to you. No screenshots for you, please,
Nope.
but there you are. You are
Yeah,
up on top of the tall mountains here and getting a view of the landscape roundabout, and it puts you in mind of the path you guys have taken. So I'm giving you that one for free with the Outlander background. Alright, I'm going to hide it again here.
That's really cool, Max.
Alright. See, it's important that, well, part of the idea behind this game, folks, is that the players can get lost. They never have, but they could. So, you can still see on stream the path that the players have taken over the map, but the players in Roll20 can't see it. Okay, so, folks, last time we had a short check-in session, and it was quite dramatic. You had the Angel Gang opposed to the goblins who have taken over the town of Fuerwald, who went after this gang of humans, went after your eggs, opposed by the Grey Render, who's been following you around and has bonded with the eggs, imprinted on the eggs. In this dramatic battle, you fought alongside the Render and drove them off with a few well-placed charisma checks. They eventually focused on the goblins, and you guys decided to leave Fuerwald to its fate, the complicated situation there not being to the Wanderer's tastes so much. The whole complicated thing where humans seemed pretty happy under goblin rule, except for all of the capricious laws laid down by Nolzag the Smug. I'm sorry, Narzag the Smug. But you left all that behind and headed back out into the wilderness of the Wildlands. After the comfort of the cheap beds at the Stablehands Tavern in the Goblin Run town, it's pretty nice up there in the mountains as you climb these forested hills away from Fuerwald and up into this mountain range here, which you haven't heard the name of. You didn't ask around about that. Thickly covered in a carpet of trees, which all seem to be marching up the hillsides along with you. Or it appears as if they are. As you go, you looked behind you and you saw some members of the Angel Gang following you, but with some successful checks, you barely, guys, managed to succeed on your exploration checks. It was real close. You were 1x away from failure, which right now your cart holding the eggs is in such a poor state of repair that I have ruled that if you guys get 3 X's, if you fail your exploration checks, the cart will break as well. But that fortunately did not happen. You camped up in the mountains, and as you unrolled your bedroll for a night back out in the wilderness, You saw a plume of blue flame to the southeast, lighting up the sky. That's the direction you've been heading on an old Empire road. It is the night of the 22nd of Mand. A full moon, lost one, zigzags across the sky in its unpredictable, slow pattern, lighting up patches and scuds of clouds torn by the tall peaks as it goes. Folks, I do believe it is time to roll some watches in the night.
This will go first. With whoever wants to go with it.
I'll take it.
Alright. You guys go ahead and roll some perception rolls as the fire crackles and your friends drop off to sleep. Bliss is very alert, and Bref is no slouch either. Keeping an eye on that blue flame penetrating the sky, Bliss. It's very odd. It's almost like a beam of light that keeps rocketing up into the heavens. You're probably too far away to hear it, but it likely makes a sound. And you're trying to figure out where it's going. Did you guys light a fire this evening? I think you did, but I don't recall.
I think we did light a fire, yes.
Okay. Bliss, and Breath, you guys don't spot any enemies approaching, but Bliss, I'll give you a little bonus with your natural 20. It doesn't mean you automatically succeed, of course, but I'll give you a little bonus, which is that there's something deeply strange and arcane about that beam of light, and so, you watching the pattern and looking at the sky of its movements as it shoots up into the heavens and spreads out in this pool of blue flame. It suddenly strikes you, Bliss, that beam of blue flame is following the patterns of constellations in the sky.
Can you explain what that means?
It's like a searchlight pointing at stars.
Okay, that makes sense.
It would be impossible to tell, really, from the angle, so this is more of an intuitive leap that you're getting with your perception.
Breath? I don't know what to make of this, but I think that blue flame going into the sky is tracing the patterns of constellations. And have you heard of anything like this before?
Well, I don't know about large magical fires specifically, but I do know that out on the sea, the stars are used as a way of finding one's way in the world. Perhaps these people are doing something similar on a more magical level.
Max, I know it's not Bliss's strong suit, but could he try to roll to see if he can recognize, maybe, let me think of something specific. What this magic might be used for. Like what the purpose of this magic is.
Are you trained in Arcana?
I think so. No, I'm not. Never mind.
You're not proficient in Arcana?
No.
Okay, then make just a straight intelligence check.
Well, that's
First
not
thing
good.
that leaps to mind is some sort of weapon.
Why do I get a +1 and a -1? That's weird. Oh well, never mind.
I don't know.
Oh well.
Did you put it in a negative number somewhere?
Well, I should have a negative because my intelligence modifier is -1. But it also says in parentheses that I also get a +1, which would cancel it out, which doesn't make any sense. I might have.
Magic
I don't know.
item?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, I don't know, man.
Yeah. Oh well.
You gotta track that down in your character sheet.
Video.
Okay. You guys will eventually finish up your watch, unless you want to do anything special, and who are you going to awaken for the next watch?
Kiri can go next.
Vapos will watch with her.
Okay. The two of you are shaken awake and stay on second watch. Please roll your perception rolls.
Okay.
Give me just a sec. Roll 20 is being slow.
Indeed.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big oof.
Classic Akiri perception rolls. Akiri, you're drowsy and there's been a lot on your mind lately. Vapos, you're keeping watch. Occasionally the sky is lighting up with that blue beam of energy, of fire, heading up into the heavens. You guys don't perceive any threats. You build, as the fire burns low, you build it back up. And who do you wake for third watch?
This is just Bella and Maeve next.
Sounds right.
All right, the two of you, please roll perception. Alrighty. The two of you are keeping watch and keeping a lookout. You don't notice much until you hear and you hear a shit, it smells us.